Okay, so let's work our way over here to the bridge and give you a quick little explanation here, and then I'll take you across the structure. We did all of the sort of legwork filming. We did it last fall, including some work with the drone, so you'll be able to see the bridge much better, and the colors are a little nicer too, with some nice fall colors. Okay, so this is the trestle over Eva Lake. I'll explain more about the technical details and kind of what was going on here. So a little bit about the where we are. So what happens is that this lake, Eva Lake, which originally was known as Wigwas Lake, and you'll see that on a map that I show you, is basically formed by the English River. So the English River comes up to the south. We paralleled it for a long time there by Sowden, or Sowden, sorry, got to pronounce it properly. And then what it does is it widens out back over there and forms Mattawa or Mattawa Lake. Then it narrows and then it widens out here and it forms Eva Lake. And then it continues on. The English River is a huge long river. It is 585 kilometers long or something like that. It's crazy long. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here, and then we'll pick up with a portion we recorded in the fall. So let's make our way across the trestle here, so you can see a very sad looking telegraph pole here beside the grade. So this is the Eva Lake Trestle. It is located at milepost 143.4 on the original line, or 114.4 on the Graham subdivision. So this is a relatively newer bridge. It's older than me. So this bridge was rebuilt in 1967, 1968. I'll explain why in a moment. So this bridge spans the waters of Eva Lake, which is formed by the English River. So basically the English River comes up to the south, forms Mattawa Lake, and then Eva Lake, and then continues on that direction to the west. It's 525 feet long and 10 feet high. It is a ballasted deck steel span trestle, which is supported by steel piles. Okay, it's the third largest bridge on the line. You know, it is a fairly lengthy structure. As I mentioned, it was rebuilt in 1967, 1968, and the reason for that was because, here, I'll actually show you. So if you look carefully on this grade, actually there's tons of them here, got some iron blueberries. So these are iron ore pellets, and these come from the Griffiths Mine, which is located near Red Lake. So that mine opened in 1968. So this originally here, or previously here, there was a wooden trestle, and so when they made the decision to start hauling the iron from the mine from the Griffiths Mine to Thunder Bay, basically they needed a much more substantial structure, and so this wooden trestle was replaced by this steel bridge. You can see there's 3 fire barrel platforms. You can see the very interesting contraptions that they constructed to carry the telegraph lines across the waters of the lake here. Again, it's in pretty good shape. Obviously, it's a steel bridge. Again, it's relatively new, so to speak, compared to some of the other structures on the line. Again, you can see the waters here of the lake looking to the east and then looking to the west here. So I do have, you can kind of see it in the picture. So there is a picture of the structures that are over here. So on the north side of the bridge, or the west side of the bridge, basically there was a couple of structures. I'm guessing a section house and a pump house, because there was a water tank just up here. So there is a picture of the water tank, and you can kind of see the bridge in the picture. But in any case, now that we've arrived at the other end of this trestle, What we're going to do is basically we're going to go down, we're going to take a look at the sides, and then very momentarily here we're going to put up the drone, and we're going to try to get some drone shots of the trestle here, so to add to the video. All right, so we've made our way down here on the southwest corner of the trestle. So here you get a nice view, up close view of the structure. You can see some of the piles from the previous wood trestle, and here you can see very, very well all of the metalwork. You can see the metal piles that have been driven into the ground. I'm guessing those are filled with concrete. And then you can see the cross members. You can see that there's an opening here to allow boat traffic through. And again, so essentially you have metal piles, metal I-beams driven down. They are protected by those circular tubes, I'm guessing to prevent any potential ice damage or ice getting caught up or debris getting caught up. And then I'm guessing again those are filled with cement. So again, this bridge was replaced 1967, 1968. So let's go jump the bridge here and make our way to the other side. So we are now over on the northwest corner. You can see a little bit more of Eva Lake here. So again, you can see the abutment here on the west side or north side of the bridge. You can see some of the piles. I've got to be careful here with all this rock that's been dumped in here. You can see some of the piles from the previous structure, and then you can see all the steel work here they used to construct this bridge. Again, the purpose of rebuilding this bridge was that it needed to carry a lot of weight with those loaded ore trains that were going to be coming over. So again, 1967, 68. So they started hauling from the Griffiths Mine near Red Lake, and they were hauling iron ore pellets. So again, lots of weight coming across this bridge, and so there was a need to rebuild it and make sure that it could sustain the weight of the trains coming across. All right, so before we wrap things up here at the bridge, again, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about all of the nice pelletized iron ore here, what I've done is I've created a page on my website for the Bruce Lake Subdivision, which was the rail line that served the Griffiths Mine. That basically where this pelletized iron ore was coming from, and there's a link in the description, so if you want to have a look at that, you can. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here momentarily, and we're going to continue working our way west.